I can't breathe.
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon.
Hey guys.
Hi, Smiling Hearts. I'm seeing all the member signs. We had a member party last night, Mark.
Oh, yeah.
A Zoom party, and we had so much fun, I have to say. And I was just so blessed, and it was just a community full of love. And I don't mean to be sappy, but I don't have any other words for it. It was just amazing fun.
I can't believe it. I bet that was a ton of fun.
So we know what Smiling Heart's real name is. So
we do.
So all the
and she's lovely. She's gorgeous.
Very gorgeous.
Yes.
So anyways, that was fun last night. And it's fun to see y'all here this morning again. And Mark, we are so happy to have you back on with us today.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Debbie. I love being here. I love both of you so much. It's so much fun. Even though I feel like, I'm not as good a card reader, I don't think, but still, I love being here.
But the thing is I've been upfront from the very get-go when I got on here. I'm not a card reader. I'm not very good at it.
Yeah, I consider myself a channel first, but I
consider YouTube my boot camp, so I'm always learning all the time. So yeah.
But I love tarot cards, though. Don't get me wrong.
I do too.
Look at this cool deck, the Wise Dog Tarot. Have you seen that? Oh, the images are so gorgeous on it. They're all so pretty.
Ooh, I can't wait to see the pictures on that.
Yeah.
But I just, and the only reason I introduced cards in was to bring in, and we're going to be talking about this, but to bring in community, to share the experience. And literally your intuition is there. The cards are just some more for your dictionary, some more pictures and to help your guides bring in the rest of the story, so to speak. So
yeah, and I think it's really one of the easiest ways for spirit to speak to you, is through the cards. And that's anybody. I really feel, if you're trying to figure out your spiritual connection, that's a great tool to work with, in the beginning, for me, it helped me a ton before I learned to kind of
really hear,
and figure all that out, and as I was figuring that out, the cards really helped me a lot, so.
Right. And Mem says that the cards are just another tool for communication from spirit. Exactly. And that's why, Andrea's cards are awesome.
Yeah.
To add more images for them to use to bring through the message. So,
and to stimulate your own not imagination, but whatever it is, her cards really stimulate
your conductivity.
Yeah.
Your mind's eye, your intuitive.
I can't wait for the deck of characters, though. They sent me an email saying they're going to be a little late. I'm going,
oh, boo. So
holiday stuff
that came up earlier in Scott's channel. And I just said, well, blame DeJoy.
Yeah, well, she just said the 15th now, so it's not tons late. So, but I'm anxious for them.
Yeah,
but I'm always anxious. So there you go.
They're a lot of fun to use.
I love you, Mark. Mark. Cheers.
Hi, Sheila, Inquisitive Tarot.
It's water this morning.
That's Sheila. That's Suzanne.
Cool.
So, yeah, Lisa, I'm just bummed that you're feeling that the head.
My sinuses. It's awful, guys. Yeah, I slept well actually, and then this morning I got up and I'm just like all sinusy. It's awful. I hate it, but I'm glad to be here though. This is a
yay. And Mark's bringing the decorations for us. The spirit of the holidays.
I love Christmas or the holidays. I like Christmas because I grew up Christian and I like Jesus and all that. But I also like to celebrate winter solstice. I love that whole giving and receiving energy. Santa Claus, which has nothing to do with religion. I'm a big Santa fan.
Me too.
And just all the joy of that joyful feeling that comes at Christmas. So, you know, I had one of my members say, I don't celebrate any holidays. And I'm going, well, that's your choice. But you kind of deny yourself that opportunity just to celebrate.
Yeah, we don't have a lot to celebrate. You know what I mean? So when we get something to celebrate, grab onto that.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate. Right. Let's bring in that joy. And I love it. I love the whole giving and receiving. That whole thing of that, and bringing an opportunity. Can you imagine? We have every year this opportunity to focus on giving love to someone and receiving love from someone, or gifts or not. And if we're alone, it's still finding things within the music that we hear, or just the nostalgia of it, to bring memories of times that you've had joy and stuff. So
I loved when Christmas cards were more popular too, because I love to receive cards from people. And then the cards are so beautiful. And, you know, I love all the decorations. I didn't do quite as much this year because it's just been a hard year for me to stay standing, kind of. But then I did put up lights, and I put them all up outside, and it just immediately lifted me. So, you know.
Yay. Well, speaking of cards, I was yesterday when I was watching Andrea Lilac Lantern on my TV screen. I was all bundled up and doing Christmas cards. That's what I was doing. So I still am a big proponent for
I do too. I still send them too. You might get one, Debbie, because I actually have your address. So
I know I'm going to get you one too.
Aren't y'all precious?
I know. Plus, you know, I also love Christmas shopping. I just like getting people fun stuff or something. You know, I don't have a lot of money or whatever, but I enjoy it. And I have such a good time while I'm shopping. And I know a lot of people just hate that. I'm going, why? I don't know. That's kind of one of the best parts of consumerism.
Exactly. I love it.
You know? So, but I found a very odd thing that I got for you. So please.
Did you get it from Spencer's?
No, wasn't it Spencer's?
Hey! That's funny.
And it's nothing upper any lower part of your body or anything. But I love that. I don't know. It's so much fun. I always feel sorry when people just don't get into it. No.
I love it. So hopefully, and we're going to talk about this later, but community is important. So finding that community and figuring out how to celebrate within it is great. Good idea.
You're welcome, Dinah K. I love Bindi Sue.
So another thing that at least I wanted to tell you that, you know, when you tap into spirit, your nose starts running anyway. Have you noticed that? It does.
That's true.
Yeah. It's a true story. And she's like, I don't know why I keep doing this. I'm like, well, because you're tapping in right now. You're in the zone, and your nose, it hits your nose.
I am accepting that fact.
Yeah. Thank you, Spirit, for such a nice clear signal.
It's right. It's all energy movement, so it's going to hit where, you know.
Yeah,
it's going to hit where it's running, right?
Very true. Very true, Debbie.
When I was opening my third eye and working with Dwal Cool to open it, he had me almost knock myself unconscious, and thought it was kind of funny. I was like, we lived on a ranch, and I was opening up the ranch gate to get the car out, and it's a big old metal one. And when I pulled it, it got stuck, and I jerked really hard, and the metal thing went boom right in the center of my forehead.
Oh my God.
And a giant knot came up where your third eye would be. And so I just had a big old third eye on my head. Like and it almost knocked me unconscious. And a little bit later, I went for a reading with the channel that I used to talk to Dwal through. And I said, do you think that was necessary? And he goes, and he kind of laughed. And he went, well, we were just giving you a little extra push. I went, you know what?
You know what? I don't
it did help. All that opened up quite a bit after that.
Oh, wow.
I wouldn't recommend it though, guys.
Right. That's not.
Don't be bonking yourselves on the.
No, don't.
It's not the chosen method.
No. I wasn't really that happy about it at the time. I'm walking around the big old honk and not on my forehead anymore.
Jeez.
So speaking of Mark, and we were talking about some of the readings you got to do this week in regards to connecting to some animals and how that experience was for you.
Yep. Oh yeah. Well, I love it. The other thing about it is, I did a live, and my plan on that, about 4 days ago, and it was to announce that I was going to do animal readings on the next live. And then the animals just took over. So that became an animal reading, the whole thing. We're just all it's like they just jumped in. No, we're doing it this time. And I went, okay, then.
All the animals showed up. They're like, we're here.
It's like that in my head that they line up, with their people. I'm next. And one of the most fun things too is when the animal, I can see them and the way they react to, because Pan's always with me when I do that, the way they react to his energy and to me is always really fun. And then some of them are very dramatic, or be very expressive. And then not all, but some will be like, what do you want? They'll be very sassy.
Oh, yeah, sassy. That's
yeah. Or one of them yesterday said, don't tell me what to do. Because it had eaten a blood pressure pill that fell on the floor, and the person was worried, luckily it processed it and all that. But when I was looking at it and talking to her, and I could tell she was really sassy because the way she looked at me and everything. And then I was saying, well, you can't eat pills. I said that out loud. And she went, don't tell me what to do. Wow. And then the owner said, yeah, she's the boss of our house. And we just, mind her all the time. She just constantly says. So that kind of thing is really cute to me. I love it.
Love that. I love it.
They've all got their own personalities. That's great. Yeah.
And that it comes through and you get to experience that. It's just like, I don't advertise because it's not my expertise, but I do also read, for your animals or animals that come through or like that. And, but I really feel like Mark, since I met Pan and had that experience, it has, and I knew this last week when I was reading, someone asked, had a reading with me, but asked also about their animal or whatever. I knew the experience was absolutely different. The connection was different for me. It's not like because we can all read.
Right.
Readers can read your animal. We can do that.
Right.
This was so different. I was experiencing the animal. I was experiencing the essence, everything that you're talking about. It was I absolutely had so much fun with experiencing it that way. So different. And I knew in the moment, I'm like, thank you, Pan. I know that you are here. Because that I'd never experienced it like that. We can all read, like I said, we can all read your animals, but to actually experience it through that Pan energy.
It's different. I know, because I could read animals before that too, and I talk to them, but when I include his energy, it's a whole different thing. That's why I always do.
Whole new level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus the animals recognize, that energy. Now I know that's hard to believe that, Mark, you're connected with Pan, the Greek god of nature. Whatever, but the animals just recognize it, and they're very forthcoming usually if his energy is involved. Also, he can do healing work too, so quite often we'll do healing work with them, with the animals, and they just accept the energy right away. So anyway, it's a great energy, and I knew he was going to work with you, Debbie.
I mean, I am just so blessed. And so thank you for introducing us. And I've also noticed if I'm doing any property work, like if people want to know about properties or if they want to know, like if I look back over my history and time of people inquiring about, should I move here? Should I move there? Should I, and tapping into that type of thing, I've noticed a huge difference with that as well. Would that make sense to you?
Yep. He helped me find my house in California, like lickety split, when we were trying to find a place where we could have all of our animals to buy it. And it ended up, it was in Panorama City. And at first I thought, no, that's too coincidental. He goes, well, there's where the house is. And then it just worked out right away. But because he's so connected to the earth, really, and the earth energy.
Okay, so that makes
trying to put you in the energy that's most compatible. Also with weather, if you have to do weather readings or, earth changes, of course, and volcano, that kind of energy. Plants, of course, crystal, all that stuff.
Okay, well, I'm excited for this transformation then for me to maybe understand and really experience the essence of all that at this level, because it was amazing. It's amazing. So if you all want to connect into Pan.
Yep, he's open to everybody. It's this whole new age. So, you just have to tune in. When I first met him, I didn't know anybody who knew, I was thinking, oh boy, this is going to be so.
Mark, you're always the one. Pioneer on everything.
But at that time I go, Pan, nobody knows you. If they do, they think you're the devil. I can't really, And then at that time he showed me a book called The Fenhorn Garden that was some time ago, and this man who channeled Pan to create a fairy garden. So that helped me go, oh, there was another soul somewhere who said he channeled Pan. So that helped. And the Fenhorn Garden is still in existence in England. Ireland, I think is where it is.
Oh, Ireland.
But I was saying to you too, that if I read a pet, I'm forever connected, or a person. And I remember when I first started reading, people were kind of going, well, you don't want to get too connected because it saps your energy. But the truth is, I can't help it. Like if I do a reading for somebody, I'm on your team then. I don't know. You got me on your team now. If you called me in and asked me for some kind of, well, then you know what I mean? I don't just separate.
And that's a good point, Mark, because I don't understand how you can do a reading without putting walls up. I just don't understand.
Readings are very intimate.
I'm all in.
They really are.
I'm all in. But afterwards, I can send them home. Go ahead and send that energy back home with the family, with themselves, with like that. So I do spend time thanking and gratefulness, and then I send everybody back to home.
But what I've been talking, and I don't. I usually don't remember what happened during this session a little bit afterwards, so don't ask me because I won't remember.
Yeah, we're all like that. We're all like that.
Goodness for a tape or whatever. But there is still a little bit of a cord that's connected because I'm still concerned about your progress, or not concerned, interested in. And so I'm still always kind of wishing you well on your way. There's sort of an interest in that way,
Absolutely.
And if ever you came back with me, I'd be like, oh, how are you? It's that anyway.
Absolutely. Same with that part, yes. That part, yes. Yep. That little connection, we're always connected. Yep. So people are saying wishing happy holidays to Granny Manny.
Oh, yeah, they want her to come back, of course.
Ugh. Of course they do.
She's the best.
She's a lot of work.
She is. She is. A lot of work. I bet.
Oh, God. I just have to try to think of things she can read about, Anyway.
Fun. All right.
We might have
Well,
to read about the nasty women. I'm feeling that.
next, yeah.
Go for it. I'm curious to know. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
What Granny Manny's going to say about the nasty one. Oh, my word.
Oh, geez.
All right. So I know that, current events, I'm looking for any types of questions you guys have about current events. It doesn't have to be political. We can read on whatever, whatever's coming up in your worlds, in our community worlds, current events. Like we can read on the direction that Hollywood's going to be taking coming up in the next 5 to 10 years. I see some changes. Should we dive into that?
Sure.
And while we're doing that, let's you guys write in some questions. I don't
That's
have
interesting.
here taking the questions, but this morning. But okay, the energy is so thick. Can you read on that too? Yeah, maybe we'll start with that first. So we are going through
There's a lot of people here, I think, because the comments are going like crazy.
Yeah, there is a lot of people here.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, Sandra. Yeah, we'll look at that one too. We'll start with this one. The energy is so thick. So, last night we did have that eclipse, and that ushering in the new, and but also we're going through that transformation still, right? So that's going to be years of that. So as we shed our skin, so to speak, it's going to that energy is going to feel.
It feels like a building period. It's just a lot.
It's building up. That could be,
a lot of building.
Yeah, I agree that it is kind of thick, though. It feels like a little hard to get. It's not hard, but there's something weird that's making time seem weird to me, or something, or just.
Doesn't it? It feels the time thing is a deal. That's a real deal, guys. The time thing.
Yeah, and I'm always like, what day is it? I'm like that constantly. Or when, or how can it be 7 o'clock or something? It's just always like, time is weird. I don't know. And the energy's weird. It feels like walking through thicker energy. But I think it's supposed to, and I think it's because, we're just integrating this higher vibration. And that's why the energy feels like that to me.
So I just want to speak to my my empaths here. You will absolutely be feeling a dense, more dense energy right now. This year is going to be harder than any year before because there's been so many exits, and so globally you're feeling that grief, as well as the hopelessness and all the other things combined. And you remember, the holidays magnifies all emotions, right? So to my empaths, please take extra care of yourself during this holiday season. And also be aware of, because of all the shifting and the planets and where they're at during the season this year. Just be aware, understand it, know that it's not yours. You're taking on a global situation here. So take care of yourself.
Boy, does that all ring true.
Yeah. So remain hopeful. You have the stars here. And again, the planets are aligned this way, exactly what the message they just brought in. is coming right here in this card. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is, wow. You guys, I love spirit when, I love when this happens.
Mm-hmm.
So I have the moon and the stars. No joke. So the moon in tarot obviously brings in things in the shadows and like that and coming out. But in this reading, see the connection of the moon and the stars, and how when they are, aligning and doing their thing, they're asking during this season as well. Again, with this card, they're asking to take care of yourself as well. Mm-hmm. Remain hopeful in times where it's not so hopeful. Try to step into gratefulness and find things that bring you hope and joy. Stay on top of that. No one else is going to do it for you. You need to do it for yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys. Anything else to add?
I've got 4 cards here.
Okay.
I got the 7 of Wands, and I think that's just kind of us pushing through. You could even say pushing through time and space. You know,
yeah, 7 of Wands. That's what I had. I had the 7 of Wands. Yeah.
Well, you're gonna like this too because I got the moon. I did get the moon, and you got the moon. But these other cards are different. I got the Knight of Pentacles, and I got the 3 of Pentacles. And with the 3 of Pentacles, I feel like I'm jumping the gun on it, but I'm feeling that sense of community. It's like it's going to take everybody together. It's going to be a collective effort to really move forward and really understand what's ahead and how to feel about it. And I'm still stuck on the word building because I do feel like it's about building. Like if you, if you build a house from the start and, you got the little hiccups along the way. It's like, oh, well, the foundation kind of sucks. Or, maybe the soil is poor on this part of it. So we need to move where we're actually going to build the house, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. It's just, we're going through some little hiccups and stuff, but the ultimate goal, I mean, it's there. It's ahead and it's coming, but the process is a little bumpy, but there's good stuff for sure.
Beautiful. I love it. And thank you for bringing this in, Terry. Super important. And we have to keep bringing this to the light as we move through this season, right? Let's keep this in the light because if you're feeling it, Terry, a lot of us are because we're like 90% empaths in here.
Yeah. And I'm seeing people, I'm tired and I've had to nap more than I think ever in my life. I don't know. It's just, oh no. Okay. I'm having another nap. Here we go. Yeah. And really like forcing me to lay down and take it because I'm not really a nappy person by nature. And I was watching somebody yesterday and they were saying, oh, well, 2022 is going to be a great year. And like, I'm immediately going, probably not, guys. I don't want to say that because it don't feel good, but I was going, well, 2023 maybe.
Yeah.
Because we're still fighting. Like I got that bully card. When I was watching you guys today and we were talking about bullies in high school and stuff, because now they're the Republicans. They grew up to be Republicans. Those bullies in high school, because they're still bullies. They're just big freaking bullies, and we're still dealing with that. And just like in some ways we weren't able to deal with them when we were kids, it's that same challenge now. And I see, Democrats have a problem dealing with the bullies.
Exactly.
And they don't have a problem doing anything. And yet, so we're still going to be dealing with that, I feel like. there's still this thing of being bullied into putting them into office, kind of a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know if we can't figure that out. I don't see how we get beyond it. I think I'm a big go vote, but if we can't prevent cheating, what's the point of voting? It's that weird. If we can't stop the bullies and the cheaters and the liars and the stealers, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Well, that's one thing they've been really successful with, unfortunately, with 45 leading the charge on that, is we are doubting the democracy, voting system, all that stuff. And it's a shame. But yeah, I mean, everybody's first thought is, yeah, go vote. Sure. Yeah. But we
have to overwhelm the system like we did with getting Biden in. We have to.
And that's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take, is for everybody to just kind of step up and be like, hey, we're taking this shit back,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I'm not saying don't go vote, but I'm saying if there are people out there who freaking know there's cheating happening, they need to come out with it. It's just ridiculous. And I don't know. It's so hard to watch it. I don't. Because I can't. I just simply cannot look at any of those people that I just want to go away. Because I don't know that helps me watching it. But it just seems like a world. Well, it seems a lot like what the Bible said was going to happen. I mean, it just seems like a total chaos, like chaos energy. And it's so foreign to me. That's what, bugs me sometimes. I just go, what? Why are you buying your kid a gun? What? I mean, there's just so much things that I don't get it. I don't know what's happening. I don't know.
I hear you. I know.
I don't see how Mother Earth's going to keep us all on here, though, if we don't freaking change our ways. And I'm not talking about anybody here, but I mean humanity as a group.
I think the changes are coming.
I believe that too. I know I'm sounding like negative Nancy, and I do believe it. But I get impatient, and I'm impatient from the beginning. But I'm just going, people, get a grip.
Well, it's better than Debbie Downer, I tell you.
Yeah.
Here's a question. I feel like I missed one. Sandra, you had a question, right? As soon as we're done with this one, Sandra, can you repost your question? Because I feel like I missed it. Please don't go down that road of the Sandra.
Yeah, I won't.
We won't. Okay. Yeah. So we're not going down any yucky road. The great thing is we found each other, and there's purpose in that, right? To keep this energy up, to keep sending out the correct intentions. So let's keep doing that. Bless.
Sorry.
Woo! She just sneezed on me. Did you all see that?
My bad. Sorry, Deb.
She's like, achoo. Right on me.
Put your mask on.
I better put my mask on. You're gonna be sneezing on me. Just teasing. All right. So looking at this next question.
Excuse me.
When are our alien? And before we move on, please, if this heaviness, and Terry, I'm so glad again that you brought this up. And if this heaviness gets too much, make sure you reach out to one of us or to all of us, or bring it up in the chat. Just say, hey guys, I'm in this place. I need some prayers. So we can, that's what we're here for. So we can take care of each other. Okay. All right. Just want to
You're not really being singled out. I think we're all going through it in one level or another. And if you're
not singling anyone out, I'm just glad Terry brought it up for everybody.
No. I just mean the universe isn't singling you out and saying you just need to be tired and exhausted. No, we're all going through it in one level or another. And so it's great that we can be together and say, whoo, are you guys feeling like thick energy? And we can go, yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are.
So that you're just not thinking, I'm over here in the corner with thick energy. And so we can support each other in that. And that's why we came together, I think.
And another thing, Mark and Lisa, what happens is we get, sometimes we're so in the muck of the heaviness that we don't even know we're there. Mm-hmm. And we start getting, and it's so dark that we don't even know that we're in the dark until someone says, and you're like, oh, and then you're able to crawl out of this hole that you were falling down and didn't even realize. So
right,
that's another scary thing too. So this is why, let's keep that communication open. Keep checking in with each other. All right, moving on. When are our alien family friends going to come into the picture? We could certainly use their help. I'm afraid things will progress too slowly if it's up to mankind alone. Meridia's Mirror is asking this, and she was at the party last night, so. Okay.
I'm actually already kind of getting a vibe on this one.
Okay.
I mean, I almost feel like for some of us out there, some of you guys, I think I'm really hanging on to the dream stuff today in my head. I feel like in your dreams, pay attention to those, because I think there might be some messages in that from the ET buddies. I really do. I think there's something going on. But anyway, just throwing that out there. All right.
I think that's a really good point. Be aware of in your dreams and in your messages coming through. Those of you who work with your psychic abilities and stuff, notice your new guides coming in or revealing themselves, because now is the time for them to be revealed, because we're now more accepting.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be like, oh, who are you and why you, and you're not supposed to be here, like that. Now we've all opened the doors and they're like, oh, yay. So,
yeah, and I think that even goes back to what you and Mark were talking about earlier with the napping and the energy and all this stuff, and everybody's empathic and everybody's just like really open right now. And I think that part of being so open is what's making this opportunity open for these messages to come in and stuff. So yeah, this is like a pivotal moment kind of a thing is what I feel.
Yeah. Do one of those meet your guide. They have meditations on YouTube. Meet your guides. Meditation. Meet some of your new guides, or they're not new, but they're coming forward now, so you can see them.
I was looking at my at this oracle deck. I don't remember the name of it, but there's only one card that has a spaceship in it, so of course that's the one I pulled. And it has this little spaceship over the guy.
Oh.
And so this deck only has one spaceship, and it says exploration. And then the other one is divine consciousness and coming from space. So my thing is, well, they're already in communication with a lot of people, and it's ongoing, whether they're aware of it or not. And there are alien beings or extraterrestrials who are, on that higher path to source, and that's what they're on Source's team to reach us up into this higher consciousness and to experience life in a whole different way. And I feel like some of them are doing that already. And so they're sharing that with us. It was very odd the other day on a live. I had this energy come through. They called itself the Pleiadians, and I've never done that before. And at the same time, one of the people that came on was connected to them, of course.
Of course.
And so they came down to talk, and the energy felt so different in my head and my brain. They came to me ahead of time before I started, and I checked, like, is this okay, this energy? And Pan said, oh yeah, it's of source and all that. But they had a really interesting energy, and they said that we could tune into them just to help us stay balanced and stay focused on pulling this vibration in and grounding it into the earth. So I don't know. I feel like they're working with us. And since then, I've sensed them a few times. Like they kind of come in the front top of my head. That's where their energy is.
Right. Very different, right?
Yeah, it's it feels different. And they kind of sound different a little bit. But these particular ones seem like they look like us, though. They're just.
I love that you just said that, Mark, because I have a card for that.
Oh. What card? Yeah.
I was seeing this. I got the Two of Cups when I threw some cards down. And I was seeing that is that they are like us.
Yep.
That's
exactly. Their body densities are different. It's like they're more light. But they still have like 2 arms, 2 legs, a head. They look like they seem taller, maybe, but they told me that they used to live here and they have progressed and progressed and progressed. And now but they visited here before, back and forth.
Right. Yeah.
But they also they mostly communicate with us through telepathy. Anyway.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. And that was the card so this is their card, because this is the card that came up that night they came, is the same card. Then again today.
Wow.
So, and then I looked through all the cards and I go, oh, that's weird. There's a spaceship. I hadn't even looked at the deck, and I went, there's a spaceship on this card. Anyway.
Lisa, did you want to do yours next? Or?
Oh, I just have three cards
left. Okay.
I got the Chariot, and I just think this is just the progression of the communication, and they're here to help us, and there's nothing to fear with any of it. And I got the 10 of materials, 10 of pentacles.
Nice.
And that's just the are we talking about community again?
Look at that. Yeah.
It's like a group hug, right?
Yeah.
It's a definite positive type of union. And I got the 2 of Wands. It's even got a telescope in it. So it's the search. It's like it's a search both ways. It's us. I think we need each other. There's something about that's
we're all one.
Feel like, I think we need each other. So yeah.
That is like crazy spot on.
That's great. I love it. All 3. Did you have another one too, Debbie?
Oh yeah. So in terms of timing, we have, like y'all said, they are connecting to those of us who are open to this awakening. They are making that connection happen. Okay. That back and forth, that connecting. Those of us who are looking, they will connect to. However, the challenge is that how a lot of the earth still views them. Okay. And the retaliation that would happen, because they still view them as, they don't understand the evil, devil, blah, blah. So for a little bit, as a global thing, they're going to kind of remain to themselves, except for those who are open, like us, like this family here, will continue to have experiences. They will become more. They're going to start infiltrating our, like in our movies. They're going to start, in the movies, programs. It's going to start getting the message out a little at a time. It's kind of like how they've
like laying the groundwork a little bit.
Yeah. They've done that to us for, we've been these puppets for years to TV. So the people who are still in that type of human experience, they're going to start bringing it forth slowly for them. You know what I mean? So the time will come, but until then, those who choose, like us, those who choose to open up and see them, it's kind of like a single journey that they'll meet up with us then on our little single journeys for a little bit until this mentality is combated, because they don't want to create war.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Was that too long?
No. I think too, they seem to be saying, we all have freedom of choice, free will choice, just like you guys. And there are what you call extraterrestrials that seem to choose selfishly or don't really have the best of everybody in mind, kind of. And they tend to get the most press, the most publicity, because much like those same type souls get on your earth, they get a lot of the press. The ones that aren't, we don't really do much on the news about people focused on the light. It's always like, so that's why the reason I came up is because when you said they're going to wait, they're kind of holding. That's one reason they're not making themselves shown, because they're afraid they'll be confused with the negative energy, which they're not.
Exactly. And that's what the cards came in. And at the bottom of the deck, in the future, this is us all connected. Mm-hmm. Look at that little gummy bear with his
little leaf.
Oh, he's cute. He's got a little gummy fig leaf.
Oh. And look, she has little lines up on her chest.
I know.
Oh, for her little tatas. That's so cute.
Oh gosh, yeah, we're not ready quite yet.
No,
Mara, but we're getting there. We are part, and of course, if Mark's on the bus, we're pioneers of something, because that's part of his.
That's right.
Life path.
And we are getting there. We're getting there. It's just we got a little bit farther to go. Yeah. We're getting there. I believe that. When I was thinking about today getting bullied as a kid, and then I was thinking about today, and I go, well, it's better today, but there's still work to go. Gay people, it's a little better, but it's not all, roses and sunshine. There's still a way to go. Racism, it's better, but there's a ways to go. There's still a ways to go, but I still feel like the majority of us are really moving through that and getting on the other side of it. I do feel that. It's just a little bit more to go.
Yeah. Yeah. When I can go out to dinner with my partner and not have in the back of my mind any type of hesitation, then we're there.
Right.
But it's not anywhere close. Yeah. All right. Okay. Sandra. Okay, here we go. Thank you. You were on it. Sandra. She remembered. What will become of poor Alec Baldwin? Yeah. Jeez. He's down. Okay. I talk to myself, you guys, because I'm actually talking to my spirit team. So it sounds like I'm talking to myself.
I still feel like he's in some sort of therapy, because we've read on him before. I think he's going through some stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, just emotionally, it's
dark,
taking a toll on him that nobody's really talking about. Everybody's really busy talking about just the issue, and nobody's really talking so much about just him. But I feel that for sure. And he's scared too.
Yeah, he's holding on to his family right now. Sandra wants to know his outcome. We're getting there. We're getting there. Outcome.
I may have to use a different deck because even the cards I'm getting are all just how he feels. It's not talking about the outcome stuff. I mean, I've just done. I did the deck of character. Maybe I should use a different. But I got drunken sailor and tornado. I think that he's just chaotic, and he might be trying to soothe himself in ways that are not that great. Just kind of a knee jerk reaction how he feels. And I got the guts card, and we know that is often the whole nausea and worry and all that stuff. But I'm gonna use a different deck because this isn't hitting it right now for the outcome.
Okay, so good things in the future for him. I'm seeing. So this is good. It's going to be a minute. This really did a number on him. Right now, it's okay. I'll show you the cards I'm getting so you can be a part of what I'm seeing down here as well. When I was stepping into this, Sonja, I really, it's hard energy, and like all three of us are feeling this, and I'm sure a lot of you are feeling it as well in the family here. He's really having to maneuver through a lot personally and questioning a lot, reviewing a lot, like how could this happen? Anyway, right now it's kind of caught up in the courts or whatever, but they will get to the bottom of that. They will get to the bottom of it. They're cutting away right now of all the looking through all the information and sifting through it, and in regards to her and what happened. And so currently we're looking at it. Well, it's in that court's hands or whatever. But over time, no worries. There's going to be all the key information coming in, and it's going to go his way. It's going to feel like it's taken a really long time. However, it just really looks good for him, you guys. He will move forward. He's personally, the main thing is him emotionally, personally, will be able to move forward. He has that foundation and strength. Things will turn around and become very positive for him. Okay. And he will get back to work. Because I questioned that. I wondered if he will he even step back into his type of work? And I'm seeing yes. But it's going to turn out okay for him. They're still sifting through it right now. It's going to feel like it's taking longer than we all want, because we want, but he's going to be okay is what I'm getting.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just drew 3, but this one, what is it? The 9, is it the 9? I can't freaking see. 9 of Wands. Yeah. Makes me think, he's in that state of going, all the things I've done over my life, and now it's all boiled down to this one instance, and I'm being judged about this one, project, this one thing. And that's not so good. And then him walking away, like having to retreat, just emotionally overwhelmed about it. really horrified that someone died, and he was close to them. It wasn't like it wasn't a stranger or something. It would be like the last thing he could have imagined. So he's very, shut down. But the last card of the three, I get this Page of Cups. And so I do think there's work coming, like surprise work coming again down the line, that will be fulfilling. But, I think it's acting, because it's this little fancy page and his little fancy outfit and everything. And it's a surprise gift. So he might think, I'm not going to do anything ever again, but he ends up doing it because I don't think he's at fault either. In the end, I feel like, I don't know, something might come up during the thing that shows there was some outside interference or something in it. Anyway, I feel sorry for him, because I don't think he would have ever wanted anything like that to happen or anything. So
absolutely not. He was, Holly says, he was set up. Well, we can all send him just that intentional energy of love and light and his healing. That was literally where
I have 5 cards from the other deck. If you guys are cool with
it. Let's see that.
It's still kind of going back to him on this one particular card. I did get the 4 of Swords. That's his healing period. He's healing, right? Okay. And then I got the 2 of Swords. I think this is the process that he's going through, and with them investigating and all that. But he is surrounded by a lot of love. I got the Empress. He's surrounded by family. He's surrounded by love. He's got a lot of support. He really does. And this is, I got the Queen of Swords. That's him charging forward. I think he will come out on top in the end, because my last card is the 6 of Swords. So it's the whole getting through all the darkness and
into the smooth waters and looking him fly. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Perfect.
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh, poor Alec.
I know I don't like being a conspiracy theorist, but it does feel like he was set up or something. I don't know. It feels
a lot of carelessness for sure.
You're right, Mark. It just doesn't add up just being a simple accident. Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah, we read earlier in Scott's on Scott's live the connection. Someone asked, could this be connected to 45? And because
he used to, imitate 45
daily, right? So you have the Como brothers that were brought down, and then you have all these people were in your face 45.
It's like he's got a little checklist of some sort.
He's like, these people are
next.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
He's like a woman scorned.
Plus, he told us over and over that he would get revenge on people who, he actually said that out loud over and over to the country. I get revenge on my enemies.
What do we not understand? He said it. You know what I mean? It's like, okay.
And I just see him. I know how to get him. I'll get him. I got people who'll do anything for me, even if it means shooting somebody.
I could, he said, I can shoot someone on 7th Avenue and get away with it.
Anyway.
On 5th Avenue. Sorry, Melinda. I make it my own stuff. On 7th Avenue, everybody from New York's like, 7th Avenue? What the hell are you talking about? Okay, 5th Avenue.
That's where I live, is on 5th Avenue.
There you go. See? All right. Any throw out your questions. If I missed them, I'm sorry. Go ahead and throw them down again. Let's look at some more questions. You guys, I have a down jacket on my lap, just keeping me warm. Hi, Debbie. We missed you last night.
Hi, Deb.
There's never going to be enough punishment for Trump. That makes us feel. Yeah, I know. Right?
Yes.
If you hit me, Mim says 45 said, if you hit me, I will hit you back twice as.
And that's what he did. And that's what he did to Alex Baldwin.
Yep. I'm so sorry, Deb. Okay. Do you guys see a question here? Did I miss one?
Hang on.
I mean, if not, we can go into the question I
think everybody was just chatting it up about the topic.
Yeah, okay. A lot of them are.
Smiling heart, thank you. She says 7th Avenue is already a shooting crime area. So, yeah, that's what I was just tapping into that.
Faye just said something.
Oh, is Karma coming for 45?
I want to say yes right off.
Well, you know what they're showing me is Karma is constantly at his heels.
Right.
And Karma is constantly at his heels because they're showing me a vision of him walking, and it's just literally on his heels. Like it's now attached to his ankles, and it's almost like you're carrying those chains. They're already there. So it's already happening. So let's see what that looks like. What does that mean? It's already happening. Okay, Seascape. That's at 12:16. I'll remember to find that question. The chain gang. Oh, maybe that's what I'm seeing, Suzanne. It could be. Could be. Yeah.
So I have some cards to show.
Go ahead. Yeah. Bring it on.
I did get, well, right off, I got the Ace of Discs. So that's like a big yes, right? Sure. So that's a yes. I did get the Eight of Swords. And in this deck, it's Interference. So yeah, karma's coming for him. And karma's coming for his whole family, anybody he's associated with. They're starting to, as we can see, the little dominoes are starting to fall, slowly but surely, right? But I did get interference, so I think that this is any and every attempt he can make to do the delays, the stalls, the squirrel moments, all that stuff, right? That gets on our nerves so badly. I got a card I was kind of surprised. I got my little therapist card, the Queen of Cups. I think at some point he's going to say something, which I'm real surprised by that. I don't see him as doing that because he just is not in that frame of mind of. He feels like he's so in the correct category of everything. It's really I can't see him admitting to anything, but well, we'll just throw this card out here and put some good energy around that. But I got the Works, which is the Three of Pentacles, which I think is again with the process. And I got Justice, guys. I got the Justice card. So yeah, I do think karma's coming for him. And like what Debbie said, karma is, nipping at his little heels right now. And we see it. We see it with everything that's going on. It's really interesting. It's really quite the balance, because with every report that we see that seems like it's breaking him down, or exposing all of the weirdness, then it almost counters with a news alert about the Alec Baldwin stuff. It's like a race. It's like, okay, who's taking who out first on which side? It's interesting. Oh, and I didn't show you this card either. I got change too. So I got the Two of Pentacles. So change is on the way for sure as a result of the karma.
Yep. Things are disintegrating around him. The ghost of his past are there, and that's kind of what I was seeing when he's walking. You have these things. It's almost like I don't know. It's ghosty looking. It reminded me of like one of those holiday movies with Ebenezer Scrooge or whatever. But like, anyways, that's what I was seeing. And then they gave me this, so that's funny. Ghosts of the past coming back to haunt him. I got the chains. Again, the chains that we saw around his ankle. And this one came in, the compass card. And for me, it's like when you talk about karma and balance and whatnot, got the balance. So yes, it's all coming back in to bring back balance. But yeah, it is coming for him.
Thank you, Melanie.
Melanie, thank you. Blessings. Thank you for your support.
Well, let's remember I'm still learning how to go with the trope. But, this is him, Hangman, because he's in karmic limbo, kind of. It's right at his ankles. It's got him, he's hanging by his, his ankles because karma's got him. But he's not quite seeing the results yet. So he's in this, giving him time to think about it, which I don't think is that pleasant. And then there's a big old gigantic bee sting on the way, which I was going to say is karma just really stabbing him right in the ass and getting him good. This is the Five of Swords. I mean, is it?
Thank you, Suzanne.
No, it's a six of Swords. But in this card, it's a big old bee sting. Yeah. It's not very pleasant.
Yep.
And then in this one, it's interesting. In this deck, Strength, it acts like, to me, what I get is there's earthly justice, earthly karma coming, because it's about crimes against the group, crimes against the earth, the animals, the water, all of it. So
well, you just answered Harley Girl's question. I hope his karma comes on Earth.
Yep. So what I get, and then the last card is justice. And again, this deck, you see him touching the water, and it's the elements. So it's really talking about earthly justice again, I think. Yeah. Because I was always going, please let him get earthly justice, my own selfish wishes, but that's what these cards seem to be saying. And
we both got the justice card, Mark.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking when you got that.
Tracy said you nailed it, Mark. Nailed it. Suzanne, thank you so much. Blessings to you. Thank you.
Wow, that was very nice. Thank you. Yeah, he's going to need his strength. I agree with that too, Shield Maiden.
Yeah, good question. All right, Mims, thanks for doing that. She wrote it out for me, so I didn't have to go up and search.
She's so great.
On fire, Terry says. Yeah. Everything is being exposed, can no longer sweep it under the rug. Exactly, Suzanne. That's what I've been saying as well. We are on the same page with that. You can't. There's no more rugs left. It used to be so easy. And I know Mark and I came from this generation where everything was swept under the carpet and everything was all pristine up here, in all areas of life. But now, not even in personal areas can we shove stuff under the carpet. We're not allowed to do that anymore in this shift.
Right.
Um,
and even things like with, civil rights, racial equality, gay rights and all that. We went to that period where everybody pretended like they were doing the right thing and they knew how to look like it and pretend like it, but really they weren't. So underneath there is like, nah, we're still just as nasty. We just have to be sneakier about it.
Right? Yeah.
So
not anymore.
Yeah, it don't work now.
Which I love. All right. It's a two-edged sword because it's no longer working, but it brings the ugly out too, right?
Right.
Because before you could, if someone was ugly, and what I mean by ugly is like inside ugly, they would hide it, but now they can't hide it. So that's everything's in the
open. I'll tell you what, I like that everybody's talking about it.
Yeah.
There's something about just that element alone that makes me feel, and it actually makes me talk more about the difficult issues than I normally would, because growing up, you just didn't discuss certain things, right?
Right.
But now it's time, and everybody's doing it. And I love it. I'm living for it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Keep the conversation going.
Yep.
Even if you don't know how to have the conversation, it's a try. It's okay to try, and those around you will help you figure it out. But
and I don't really want you pretending like you like me. If you don't like me, just don't like me. Don't pretend you do, because I don't need that. Thanks.
And we're all empathic. We know.
I know. Well, stayed and just move on. I don't keep pretending around me. I hate it. Anyway.
Be real. Keep it real.
Yeah. That's right, Mims. Brings out the ugly so we can deal with it. Can make it right. Amen. All right. To the question here we have from Seascape. Will the charges filed against the Michigan boy's parents set a precedent? Will other cities use it to prosecute for criminal intent or use? Good question.
What charges did they file against his parents? I know they were hiding and they found them in a basement. And
I feel like they've been brought up on 3 counts of, or how many people were killed?
I think the third died. Like
was
somebody else. Yeah, 4? Maybe 4, because somebody else died afterwards. So.
4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. So, but also then now adding to it, they were evading. I don't know what else they're going to bring. So 4. Paisley, thank you. I thought it was 4. Okay. Yeah. I do feel one will face one. One will have more solid evidence against them that they could hold. This whole case is setting precedent, is what I'm hearing. This whole case is setting precedent. Just that it's being done is setting a new precedent. And that's the biggest voice we can do at getting this across.
I've got really good cards here.
Okay.
First off, I did get the Tower, which is great in this case because I see this as the shift. I do see this as a different way of seeing how to handle this. The precedent will be set. This is breaking everything that was previously observed and handled, breaking that down and going in a different direction. I got the Justice card again, different deck. Love that. So yes on that as well. Now I did get the 4 of Coins. I call this my creepy guy. He's just creepy in this deck. But I think they're it might not be 100% what we want as far as the precedent goes, but there are going to be elements that will prevail in the future instances of this type of situation. But they're definitely going to hold on to something. There's going to be something they're going to kind of poo-poo away and not focus on that maybe they should. But I got Strength. Good card. Love that. And I got Awakening and the Knight of Swords. And putting these together, I'm seeing that as definitely seeing things differently and establishing the precedent for sure. So yeah, I think it's going to happen with maybe some limitations, but I think it's going to happen.
Right. The precedent has already happened because they're pursuing this case. Right.
Right.
Terry says you need a hot toddy. People are concerned. You look like you have a fever.
Thanks, guys. Y'all are so cute. Thank you.
A hot toddy would help, though. I think that would really be helpful.
I will happily do a hot toddy.
Your nose like that.
I'll just pour the hot toddy in my nose. We'll try that. I'll get a funnel. Okay, guys.
You have to remember, you guys, that's the way spirit works through Lisa. It's through her nostrils.
Through her nose.
That is true.
Through her.
Spirit likes my face.
Yeah, with ginger. Add that ginger in there. That'd be good.
Did you finish, Debbie?
Oh, I'm still through. I was listening, so I wasn't throwing anything down. So I got done listening. Well, I never stopped listening, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to show my 3 little cards. I ask if it's going to set a precedent, and if other cities use it, we'll use it. I do think it will. Well, like you said, it already has. But yeah, I do think it's going to make. This case is going to kind of be a victory in that department as far as moving in a new direction and, viewing this kind of incident differently. So I feel like this case is a win for that. And I also feel like other cities are going to take it up and follow that. And when I mean that, I think it's going to be the parents have more. I know this is the Lover's card, but I still see like mom and dad there. That we got our little leaf and our little things again.
Talk in a leaf.
That they're going to be.
Leaf card.
Yes, they're responsible at some level. They were aware their kid was hot-headed to begin with. Why give him a gun? So I think in the future, parents might be held more responsible, Now, seemed like that other guy that just went through a similar thing got away, but I think it might change with this one, that Rittenhouse guy or whatever, because his parents were also involved in that. I feel like they drove him there or something.
Yeah, they sure did.
Yeah,
that case is just absolutely terrifyingly shocking that it went that way.
Yeah. And the way these are kind of coming together, it seems like this one's going to maybe go the other direction. I don't know.
Yeah. So I do feel that, some of the other messages coming through that I think you're right, Lisa. It's not going to go like 100% like they're in prison for 20 years for involuntary manslaughter.
Right.
However, because we don't have all the laws and there's pieces missing to make that really happen. So it's going to start changing some laws. So I feel like they're going to bring in some new laws here because this is kind of all, well, it's not new to our country. It's been around for a while. However, we're here now. I feel like it's again, bringing things to the light, and you can't shove shit underneath the carpet anymore. It's one of that scenarios with this as well. So I do feel it's going to change the national way of doing these cases with the school shootings and stuff. So I have the courthouse. Yay. It's not looking good. This family it's going to be revealed mental health issues in this family, in this house, like the chaoticness of this home. There was just truly no foundation in it. So it's going to reveal a lot of what was lacking in this home, right? I do feel that the woman, I feel like maybe she put, is she in more trouble than the husband because of more detailed input? Like they have that on paper. I don't know, but I do see, or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe the husband's going to get the worst of it, but we have the privileged lady in despair and they're right next to each other. So maybe they're just both in despair or the husband's really, but anyways, they're not feeling good. But yeah, we have the thief and the ending. In the end, maybe it's like the 7 of Swords type of issue where they get dinged for a few things, but not for everything. And that's kind of what we're looking at here. But
Ilmara,
thank you. Blessings. She says, I'm in Oakland County. The energy has been intense. Thank you for reading on it. I imagine we need to be intentional about the families there and just everything. It's just heart.
Carol said she texted him, told him not to get caught trying to buy ammo.
Yeah. So, that's a piece of evidence that take anybody down, right? So, I'm not, we're not seeing, 20 years to life or anything, but they're not going to go away scot-free. There will be something, but it is setting precedents for that's the big part, right?
Yeah.
This is kind of a side note, guys. And Mark, I don't know if it's happening where you are in Kentucky, but in my city for the past few weeks, they're finding guns on all these kids in the schools.
Are you serious?
Like nobody's been shot yet, but their kids are bringing guns to school here. At least 2 schools I can think of off the top of my head in the past couple of weeks. So this is crazy. Like we need to get a handle on all of this.
There has to be some kind of gun control. I don't understand. Don't get me all stirred up again, but I just don't know why we can't have some gun control in the country. I just don't.
Well, that's where we need to focus on. What can we do? Well, okay, so we can make sure to get people in office that will make that happen. We will get mental health care in the country. So we need better mental health care. And I'm so sorry, Elmara, that just to watch our babies have to be afraid to go to school. Just it's not right.
Can you imagine? Like, I think back, that was never a thought in my head when I was in school that we were all going to be shot.
Never a
No,
thought. I can't. Oh yeah.
and I was never,
parents,
of course, I wasn't afraid to go out and play either. So it's just such a different world.
Yeah.
Than when we were little.
School used to be a safe place.
That,
Not so much now.
They will be revamping mental health. I see in the next big strides in the next 5 to 10 years in that area. However, it's still so slow. You remember, Mark, when in the DSM 3 or 4, being gay was a mental health issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in the DSM, and that's if for those of you who don't know what the DSM is, it's the Bible for mental health diagnoses. Mm-hmm. So
anyway. Yeah, they would lobotomize you.
Yeah, they literally lobotomize you for these things. So we've come a long way, but we have a long way to go, just like Mark was saying earlier about the other issues. Same with the mental health issues. I'm just good questions, you guys. I know this is heavy energy with this, and that's part of the energy that we're feeling, Terry, that Terry brought up as well. It's hard when all this stuff is happening, and it's happening all at once. But we're here for a reason.
Well, plus we've been getting for months that everything is going to be fleshed out. So in a way, we just have to go, oh, okay, this is it being fleshed out to clear it out. And it's everywhere because we keep, now it's this, now it's this, now it's this. Because I think it's a lot of muck all over the place.
Yes. Yes. And y'all remember what I said about making gold. You bubble up the impurities, scrape them off, continue that boil, scrape off again. We're making pure gold here. So to do that, we got to keep boiling it, stuff that shit to the surface so we can impurities right on off. So today we wanted to, I know we took longer on that last question, but I really wanted to talk about community. In our spiritual section that we talked about some spiritual topic, and it's community today. And I just loved you guys, Lisa and Mark, how community came up so much in every reading almost. Right?
Yeah.
And the importance of community and the importance of, even if you want to run and be that hermit, there's a time and a place for that. And it's not when you're really in the depths of things and you're like, I'm going to be a hermit right now. I want to hide. I don't want any. That's really not the time to want to go away to become enlightened. So it's to reach out to the community. And we have this community here, and we've talked about it already a couple times today, that please continue to reach out to each other, to us in times where you need more of that community. Don't hesitate. And just take a look at it. What is community for? What is our human experience meant for? It's to learn love. It's to be love. It's to move in lead with love. You can't do that if you're holed up in the cave, right? You have to become part of a community. Mark and I were talking earlier a little bit about where we've seen communities that started with a good purpose, but it became toxic as well. So that happens as well. But yes, we're here for ascension and to help each other, and we do that. It's best in community.
It is
a world.
Go ahead, Mark.
I was just going to say a world community too. is what we're building towards, where we're all one community, you guys, and we can't single out anybody as they're not part of it. Now, you might not like their actions or whatever, but we're still one thing. We're one thing. We're one thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lisa.
No, that's perfect.
I don't know what I was going to say.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
No, that happens to me too.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, with community, what better time than now if you are isolating yourself, it's the holidays. So it's almost a good excuse to reach out and find your community. Although I do think we all have kind of found our community. I love this community, right? But, some people do have a hard time getting out there, and it's really important to have that support and that love, and you can just kind of feed off of each other's energy. And it's such a positive type of energy when you do find that community that resonates with you. And especially during these times. And like what Mark said, yeah, you want to be all inclusive with your community. You don't want to use your community as a tool to shun others. That's not, community doesn't equate with clique. Community is just love. It's just love.
Yeah, and if you're focused on love, it doesn't really matter how you do it.
Right.
It's more that's what your focus is. We do it all differently, but if you're on that same love train, then great. You're a member of the community and I love you. Even if you're doing it in a different way that maybe I don't really relate to on one level, great though. I'm just so glad that you're over there doing your thing. And I'm so grateful for the internet because it does make our world a little smaller because some of the members are from Australia or from Italy or from England or from different places in the world. And we begin to think, oh, there's a like-minded person on the opposite end of the world.
I'm not alone.
Yeah. And we can connect together and have fun with each other. And that's great. And it really opens up that we're all going through this, no matter what part of the world we're living in one way or another. It's a worldwide event. And a community can really help you get through it, get through the event.
And community doesn't mean that you have to think all the same things all the time. It's not like Stepford Wife stuff.
Right.
I mean, community is exchanging ideas and understanding each other and being accepting of each other.
I agree.
And using all that to make things better for all of us.
Right.
Yep. I love it. Good conversation. And see, we talk about this and now we can be conscious and intentional about community and to reach out to. If it's not hard for us to be in community, maybe we're one of the ones that reach out more or whatever. So anyways, yes, we have a couple communities in here within this community, like the Tarot Love community. Check them out. You'll find all of us there. And also the Way Showers on Facebook, if you're on Facebook.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And that's a community of us from this family that can meet up and chat in between and ask for prayers, in the moment, where people can respond immediately. So that's another one, Way Showers. I feel like someone might type it out. Hopefully.
I love when more people from Kentucky show up in somewhere on our communities. And I love that because, yeah. Because, then you want your local community to be involved too. And so it's that thing of, ooh, there's more Kentuckians who are on the same page. Even if they're doing it differently, we're still on the same page. And I just love it,
Yes.
And Mark, I'm so glad that I've managed to find you.
Yeah, me too, Lisa. I mean, that's really made me very excited. I know look, Lisa's in Louisville and she's kind of doing the same thing I'm doing and we're just on the same page. And, that's exciting.
Yeah.
And then I love knowing people from Canada, and
oh, sure.
All everywhere. But I do like the locals too.
I agree.
Yeah, it's always nice. So here's the way Shores ends with, RZ instead of that's how you'll find us there.
Yep.
So, gosh, Lisa, I hope you feel better. I hate this.
Thank
for
you. You know what? I'm like starting to tank. I'm not even kidding. Just throughout this thing, I'm just kind of
yeah. And I'm telling you, I just went through that this last week. So maybe I passed it to you in our last slide.
Maybe. Yeah, it was fun. Thanks, Deb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll just rest today. I'll be good tomorrow.
Okay, good. Well, it just sucks. So we'll all be sending you healing prayers anyway.
Thank you.
And you guys,
this energy though, I think we can just get sick for a day or two or a little bit under the weather, because I've been going through that too, where all of a sudden I go, do I have a cold? And then feel horrible. And then the next day I go, oh, okay, I feel a lot better today. So I don't know. It just seems to be affecting our physical bodies too, where you go. Yeah. In a meditation a couple of days ago, Pan goes, put your shields up, put your shields up. So just when you're feeling a little down, he goes, put those shields back up so you can keep in a protective energy. So, I know you're going to get better.
And also thank you everybody in chat too. I'll scroll back through and
they're giving you a
when
lot.
This is over, and I'll pay attention to what you all are
remedies. Literally, this last week I've lived on vitamin C, zinc, elderberry. Everything you can think of has been.
No, I know.
So anyway, so love and light to all. Please reach out to community. And just a special push through this season. We need each other. We're feeling a lot. And so please, community. We love you. And we will see you this week on all of our lives and connecting with you all. Blessings. And again, if you want to get in trouble, get into some good trouble.
It's the best.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't.
I'm going to go wrap presents.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then Granny Manny might come in if you leave the house, Mark.
Yeah.
Granny Manny's